Welcome back to the finals of the Charlotte Legacy League 1K, Saga Storm versus Grixis Delver. Both players have kept 7, and Jesse's going to be on the play. He's going to lead off on a Misty Rainforest. I hope you are in for a treat here, because this will be the longest match that I've ever commentated on a deck that I know absolutely nothing about, being the Black Saga Storm deck. I have been commentating on the Grixis Delver deck for the past 3 matches, so I do know what Jesse can do. And looks like Hunter's leading off with 2 baubles and an urza'ssaga here. He's going to bauble Jesse, and he'll probably bauble himself as well. Maybe not, we'll see. He typically, I say I don't know anything about this, but I play against him enough. He typically baubles during the opponent's upkeep. That way he can't be thought seized and get his 2 cards taken. So I wonder what his thought process is here when he is doing this. So he double baubles Jesse during his turn, and then it looks like he's probably going to be done here. And yeah, it looks like he passes it over, and Jesse looks like he has a Wasteland in his hand and a couple other things. We'll see a fetch here for an Underground Sea. During the upkeep, Hunter will draw the 2 cards. So not quite sure what he picked up there, as he's being awfully sneaky with his hand. Jesse plays a Wasteland to take him off of that Saga, which is a pretty good plan. Let's see if he has a threat to follow up that Wasteland as well. We'll see in a second. Making sure his deck's straight and his graveyard is still where he left it. Think. What can he do here? He can Wasteland. If he has a Delver, he can play a Delver. If he has a Thoughtseize, he can Thoughtseize, but he's going to pass the turn back over to Hunter. And Jesse just reminds him that that Saga does take up to 2 here. And we'll see if Hunter can do anything here. So we've got a Lotus Petal leading the way. A little bit of background, people just walking around. This is the finals. Everyone wants to see what's going on. I wonder if he's going to use that Thoughtseize on Jesse, or he's going to try and cast a Dark Ritual here. Only Hunter knows. Technically I do too, because I've edited this video down, but I don't remember because most of that was done yesterday. So, well, no, almost. We've almost got a storm count of 2 here. Any second now, Hunter's going to stop shuffling his hand and play a card. And there it is. All right, we've got a Chrome Mox down. And let's see if he's just going to... All right, he's just going to give it the middle finger there. And I imagine that was letting us know that it was a trigger. And he's trying to decide what he wants to put underneath it. I don't think he wants to put a Dark Ritual underneath there. He does have a bunch of LEDs, though, which is pretty cool. Just a reminder, Storm Count's on 2 here because the Storm Counters aren't out. And he can do a whole bunch of LED things. Well, okay. He's going to put the Thoughtseize, so have no fear. He thinks the coast is clear. We'll see a Dark Ritual here. And it looks like there's a Beseech that's getting ready to be cast. Probably tapped off of this urza'ssaga to make up that last piece of mana he needs. So there is the Saga. And here comes the Storm Counters. We are now at Storm 3. He's got some black mana floating as well. I guess he doesn't want to use that Storm Count just yet, just in case this goes all downhill. Alright, so there's a Lion's Eye Diamond, an All-Star in the Mirage block when it was out. Just kidding. It was actually absolute garbage back then, but it is now an All-Star here. We are up to 3. I think we're at 4 Storm Count, if I remember correctly. That'll be 5, but I thought he played the Lotus Petal this turn as well. So I think he may have miscounted his Storm Count there. Not a big deal, I'd imagine. But we're going to see a Beseech using that black mana, sacrificing the Chrome Mox. It's been used up, and we're at Storm Count 6. We'll see if that Beseech resolves. If Jesse does allow this to resolve, then Hunter will be able to Beseech again, and also sacrifice those Lion's Eye Diamonds, and keep storming through until he finds a Tendrils. So now is the time, if you're going to do it, to do it. Because Jesse's at 19, and Hunter only needs 3 more Storm Counts, and that's 3 more, that's 9, that's 8, no, it's not enough. He needs 4 more Storm total. So he needs to Beseech here, and then 3 more times, and he will have what he needs. So we're going to see a Daze, and the Lotus Petal will take care of that. And then we're going to see another Daze. Storm count grows by 2 here. and we're going to see a sacrifice for the LED. So he still has the Saga out that he can sacrifice to the Beseech as well. Those 2 dazes do allow him to go ahead and use Gaia's Will, a new card that just came out that is it does something. What the fuck is that called? Oh, it has Suspend, and it's a Yogg Will with Suspend, but when you cast off Beseech, it has 0 casting cost, so he can just cast it out of exile for free, and then we'll see him Yogg Will his way to a victory here. Unless Jesse has another Force of Will for this guy's Will, or it'll just continue through, and we'll see a kill from Hunter's side. A turn 2 kill at that. What was that, turn 3? It was Hunter's turn 2. So yeah, a turn 2 kill from the Black Saga Storm, being able to beat both dazes. And I think Jesse sees the writing on the wall, and he's going to allow the guy's Will to resolve. We'll see an LED come back out. Potentially, oh, there's the Lotus Petal, a Dark Ritual probably as well. Oh, 2 baubles, so he has Storm count for days here. So unless Jesse has a pocket Fluster Storm, or not even that because he doesn't have any blue mana, if he has a pocket Mind Break Trap in the main deck, then he could win here. Otherwise, he's just letting Hunter play with his food. Hunter's going to Beseech, sacking that Chrome Mox. Probably go get a Tendrils here and cast it, and then we'll see a Cascade of Storm. If you've been enjoying our content, please be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Welcome back to game number 2. Both players have kept 7, and Jesse will be on the play, leading off on that Leyline of the Void we've talked about for the past other 2 matches, if you haven't had a chance to watch those. No spoilers, but this is the finals, so you can guess who won those matches. But he did have Leyline of the Void in both of those other matches, and they definitely sealed the deal for him. I talked about that, and how strong Leyline of the Void was for Jesse this whole tournament. So he is showcasing it here yet again. He's going to ponder, and he likes what he saw, so he's going to keep on going. Hunter's going to draw. It looks like he has a pretty decent hand here. He's got some shit that he can do. I don't really know. There's a Bauble there. 2 Chrome Moxes. Not enough stuff to put underneath them, though. He does have one of those cool talismans in his hand. That's like a demonic tutor, but then your opponent gets it. It can only be used on your turn to stop you from essentially demonic tutoring at the end of your opponent's turn. But you can do it at instant speed, which is pretty cool. So Hunter draws off that Bauble, and he picks up a Gaia's Will, which is literally the worst thing he could probably draw here, because that turns, well, not the worst, because Leyline of the Void's out, so I guess it still fucking sucks, because he can't really cast it. He can, and there's no graveyard to be had here, so it's a shit draw. Over to Jesse's side, though, Flooded Strand, and he's going to sacrifice that to go get a Volcanic Island. And I imagine we're probably going to see something cast here. Yes, it's a Bowmaster. I imagine the trigger here is going to target Hunter. He'll go down to 19, and we'll see an Orc army arrive on the battlefield. Let's see if he's done, or if he has any cool tricks up his sleeve. He does not. Hunter draws, and he has the Saga. So there's the Saga. It's in play. Woohoo. He can at least play Chrome Mox and put that Gaia's Will underneath it, and it'll have blue mana available for, or not blue, but green mana available for that Veil of Summer he does have in his hand. Looks like he doesn't have anything useful to do, so he's going to pass it back over to Jesse, and we'll see an untapped draw here. I mean, he's got creatures on the board, so he can attack. I'm not sure what else he can do here. He may just try and brainstorm or ponder. He's going to say, no, I will Thoughtseize. Thank you very much. And we're going to see a Veil of Summer. And then in this Veil of Summer, there's a judge call to ask how this actually works, because you draw the card before the Veil of Summer resolves. So 2 damage can go, or 1 damage can be done because he draws a card outside of his draw step. The Thoughtseize does not resolve, it fizzles, but we'll see an attack for 3 on Hunter here. So Hunter down to 15, and see if Jesse has a Ponder or anything else he wants to lead with before he passes the turn. There's a Wasteland on Bayou, not the Saga. Interesting choice, but that's okay. Hunter does have some artifacts in his hand that he can still use to make artifact mana. He does draw another mana here as well. So he could start off building a construct army, and Jesse has to pick that off one at a time. And they'll definitely be bigger than the orcs because of all the artifacts that are in his hand. He could play one Chrome Mox, and then, all right, we're not going to do that. We're going to play a Wishcall Talisman instead. Jesse's deciding whether he wants to force a negation that. He says, nope, that's all right. And we'll see it go back over to him. It's like a Force of Will drawn for Jesse there. So he has plenty of counter magic for any of Hunter's shenanigans he has going. Another swing for 3, putting Hunter down to 12. And I imagine that's probably going to be it. He holds all the cards. Right now it's up to Hunter to work his way through this. And a draw and a Brainstorm. Not a great thing to draw here, considering there's a Bowmaster out. And I wonder if he's going to decide to make a construct and put some pressure on Jesse here. It doesn't look to be that way. It looks like he's just going to float a mana. So one colorless mana floating off that Saga. And he is going to fetch out an LED. It looks like he wants to try and make something happen here. Some mana floating. He's got the Wishcall Talisman available that he can activate at instant speed if he needs to. He has an Infernal Tutor, Brainstorm, and a Chrome Mox. So, and one other card there. Looks like he might actually try and go for something here. He's counting up his mana, doing things that Storm players do. They like to tap on the table, wiggle their fingers around, and pretend like they're going to actually win the game, all the while you're sitting on the other side, just absolutely shitting your pants, waiting for this game to be over. So, Hunter is doing Hunter things, and he has the Tempest out, and he is saying there is a Storm count. So we've got one mana floating with a Storm count, and he's adjusting his board to act like he's going to do something, and hold on to your butts. We're probably going to see something happen here. All right, there's another Chrome Mox. We got that Storm count up to 2 now, so that's 4 goblins if he wants to make goblins. He's just getting that dirt off that LED there. Let's see. He has the Infernal Tutor, which he can use, which will force into a Force Negation or a Force of Will. So we're going to see an Infernal Tutor with the black mana and the floating colorless. Our Storm count is up to 3. LED is sacked in response to make probably 3 black mana. So let's see what we do here. He is going to say, no sir, Force of Will. That is not great, but he does still have a Wishclaw Talisman available with 3 black mana floating. So, alright. So he went and got a card off the Infernal Tutor. He's using that blue mana to do something. What could he possibly do with that blue mana? And another mana, even though he has 3 floating. Could he have not just gone for another Infernal Tutor, maybe? I don't know. So we've got 4 black mana now. And a blue mana floating. Alright, all kinds of nifty things happening here. As he thinks through the process, he's scratching his head wondering, how am I going to get through this? The Force of Will, I believe, is still on the stack here. Or it's not on the stack. Maybe it's not on the stack. Alright, he's going to Echoing Truth the Wishcall Talisman back to his hand. Oh, he may have Veil Summered. Maybe I skipped that? I think that's pretty important. I feel like a big dum-dum for that. But I think he Veil Summered, then had to draw a card, which then he... Well, no, he Echoing Truth. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I think he did Veil of Summer. Alright, so he's going to get... Oh, yeah, so he Veil Summered. He bounced the Wishcall Talisman back to his hand, which made him go get another Wishcall Talisman from his library because he didn't have an empty hand. He may have sacked that the LED a little too soon to see. Yeah, I think he may have just missed it there. He's got a Wishclaw Talisman, no available mana, and we're going to see him pass the turn. Jesse is elated. He can go change his shorts after this game, more than likely, and to get on a fresh pair, because Hunter wasn't able to completely storm out there. If he does watch this, I'm sure he's going to give me shit about my commentary and me not knowing anything about this. But we'll see an attack for 4, and then we'll see you got a Wasteland on that, probably that Saga. That's to make sure there's no constructs coming out. And let's see, his attack for 5. Life total didn't change. That's not great. I think he's at 7 life here. And he's at 8 life. Okay. And there's my cat just saying hello in case anybody wanted to say hello to him. We call him Kitty. He likes to meow in the corner while staring at the wall. It's kind of freaky. You would think our house was haunted, but it's a new build, so that doesn't make any sense. But he's a cat, and cats do cat things. Isn't that right, Kitty? See, he agrees. All right, we got an LED, so we're hopeful that something else is going to be able to pan out of this. We've got 4 mana available to us, but I think it makes sense to pass the turn and try next turn. At the same time, though, he could very well draw a counter spell, even though I think he already has a Force Will in his hand. So activating this Wishclaw Talisman right now is not ideal. All right, we're doing something. So we got 3 black mana. I obviously don't know anything about this, so we've got 3 black mana. We're going to use that Wishclaw Talisman, and we're going to get another LED. And okay, we've got things happening. We're going to sack that, and now we've got 6 mana, and we can activate this other Wishclaw Talisman and go get a Beseech, I think. And then we can Beseech twice. And that will give us 6 or 5, 4 maybe. 4 storm counters. Sacking the Beseech. Yeah, that's what we're doing. And I think we're going to get another Beseech here. We're going to Beseech. It looks like he got that out of his deck. And we're going to cast that again, sacrificing the other Chrome Mox. So storm count 5. And then do we get a Tendrils here? I think we get a Tendrils. And then, yeah, we're going to do the Tendrils of Agony. And it looks like we're going to be able to cast that. And that will be 12 damage. Putting Hunter back up to 20, but Jesse down to 6. And Jesse now can just either beat him down with some orcs here, or he can use his own Wishclaw Talisman, go get like a Murktide, and just put the nail in the coffin on this. Not quite sure what he's going to do here, but I seem to believe we're going to see an attack. So we've got another attack for 4, Hunter down to 16, Jesse remains at 6. And again, Jesse's game to lose here, so I think he just holds firm, and maybe he goes and gets another counter spell with this Wishclaw. He could get a Flusterstorm or something like that he brought in. He could get a Wasteland and Wasteland Hunter as well. So we're going to do a draw pass, untap draw. And let's see what he's got for us now. Another 4 damage coming across. So, alright, we're on a 3-turn clock here. Looks like Jesse doesn't really have to do anything. Maybe play a creature if he draws one. There's another draw. And it's a pass back. Alright. So Jesse's definitely, looks like he's got this game kind of wrapped up. You never tell with these tricky Storm players. But we'll see. So we're going to see a Brainstorm out of Jesse. He's going to the top 3. There's a Bobble, something else, and another Bobble. So he can at least put 2 back, fetch away that garbage that he doesn't want, and then double Bobble himself, or something along those lines. So there's the fetch land. It's like we've played Magic before. And see if we're going to fetch. Nope, we're going to attack for 4 first. Hunter down to 8. Any fetches here, sir? No, but we're moving some cards around. So there's a Bobble. We're going to Bobble Hunter here. At the beginning, or the end of his turn, there's an Infernal Tutor. Not bad. It's a start for Hunter if he were able to do anything else. Jesse just taking his time, making sure he's rounded all of his corners and dotted all of his T's and crossed all of his I's. So I think he's in pretty good shape here. Just taking an extra moment. I don't really know how the Hunter gets out of this. Maybe drawing an LED. If he has like a Dark Ritual or something like that in his hand already, with that Infernal Tutor coming. Well, no, he's going to draw the Infernal Tutor. So maybe if he has an LED and whatchamacallit, something. I don't know what the fuck I'm looking for now. I'm so confused. If he has an LED, oh shit, he does have a Dark Ritual. But it's not an LED. It's a Lotus Petal. It's not quite enough to do anything. So we'll see a Petal, a Brainstorm, or not a Brainstorm, a fucking Dark Ritual. We'll see a Daze here. Hunter says, I'll pay for that. And we'll see an Infernal Tutor. So we've got Storm Count on 3. Infernal Tutor, empty hand. What are we going to get? We've got a Force Negation on that Infernal Tutor. I believe this game is wrapped up, folks. We're just in the last stages of this game. So untap draw. And we've got... did Jesse draw both his cards? I think he did. 4 damage coming over to Hunter. And let's see if he has a miracle up his sleeve with 1 card and 1 land in play. There is that Volcanic Island. We've seen that before. We're going to see a tap. Something's being played. Is it a Delver? It's a Delver of Secrets, just in time to wrap this game up. See a draw from Hunter, and he's going to bobble. So he's still in this thing. He gets a look at Jesse's card to see what's going to kill him next. And he's going to wrap it up. We'll see you in game number 3. If you've been enjoying our content, please be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Welcome back to game number 3. Both players have kept 6, and Hunter will be on the play this time. That's a spooky thing for a Delver player to have the Storm deck on the play. Jesse does have that Leyline of the Void again, like a champ. So if we've seen anything from the past couple of matches, we know that Leyline of the Void puts in a lot of work for Jesse on this board state. Alright, so we've got a Bobble and a Saga. Let's see, Jesse's got a Flutterstrand and go get a Volcanic Island, and we're going to follow that up with a Dragon's Rage Chandler. So, namesake of the deck is not Delver, it should be Grixis Dragon Rage Chandler. Bobble with the trigger, another good time for Jesse. That's a Leyline of the Void, he's going to pitch that, and then we'll probably see him Bobble Hunter as well. So yeah, Bobble Hunter, see what he's going to draw. Nice of him to keep that hidden from us. And then both players will be drawing a card during the upkeep, and then Hunter will be getting one for his draw step as well. And he'll probably remember to roll that Saga up this time. He does have another Saga in his hand, which is pretty good. Not a lot of other things happening, but he could make a construct and definitely put some damage out if he played that Lotus Petal as well. I guess he doesn't want to sacrifice that artifact for a construct. So understandable, I suppose. But we'll see a Wasteland come out, and he's going to hit that Saga on 1, which is a heads-up play by Jesse because it essentially is a double Wasteland because that Saga is going to sacrifice itself. We have an enchantment, a land, and an artifact in Jesse's graveyard, so it's only going to be 1 damage coming across. Draw from Hunter. Probably going to see a mana floated out of this, and we'll go from there. It's like maybe he can pull an LED or something. Yeah, so LED, another Saga. Pretty good shape. Jesse just counting to make sure that there's not more than 4 already in his graveyard. I can understand that, seeing someone play 3 Sagas in a row. We've got a Wishclaw Talisman, and it looks like we're going to pass the turn back over to Jesse. We'll see if he can get some Delirium going in his graveyard. And it looks like he picked up a Force Negation, which is bad news for Hunter. We've got a land here, and it looked like a Delver was in his hand as well. So we could see 2 threats sitting on the battlefield. That was a Murktide. Alright, so we're going to see a fetch from Jesse here, picking out an Underground Sea. And what do we have? It is a Bowmaster. So Bowmaster has joined the battlefield as well. Orc Army shows up, dealing 1 damage to Hunter. And we're off to the races all over again. Swing 1 over to put him down to 17. Alright, he's got a Wish Claw, he's got a Dark Ritual, he's got a Lotus Petal, an Echoing something. I just drew a Carpet of Flowers, no green mana to cast it, except off of that Petal. I think I probably would have cast that, but it's my first day and not his. So we'll see an attack for 3 come over. Hunter's got to put something together quick. These creatures are going to get better and better. I believe that's an Echoing Truth in his hand. So we've got a Brainstorm. We're going to see a tap on that as well, floating a mana. And let's see if Hunter pulls out this time. It's a Crow Mox, putting a Brainstorm underneath there. And what else do we have? We've got an Echoing Truth. I think we're going for the Leyline of the Void. Let's see what Jesse has. We know he has a Force Negation in his hand, so we're going to see him fetch here and probably play that Force Negation. He may even hard cast it, or does he have a Daze too? He does have the Daze. They've always got the fucking Daze, man. Like, just like clockwork. Alright, trigger on the Dragon's Rage. What do we got there? Something worth keeping or binning? Jesse's gonna bin it. It's a Ponder. So we are delirious now with the enchantment, artifact, and land in the graveyard, as well as an instant. So we've got some delirium going on, and I don't know how Hunter pulls out of this. Maybe a Lotus Petal into Carpet of Flowers? I don't know. But there's a hefty damage coming across. 5 damage on a 3-turn clock here. And let's see what we have from Jesse. It's going to be a Thoughtseize, which is probably going to go ahead and wrap this game up if I know how this shit goes. So, all right, yep. They could have just played the Petal and the Carpet and then maybe done something that way. I don't know. At least could have got a Wish Claw out and tried to do something. It eludes me, but I'm not the Storm player, like I said. Another attack for 5 coming over, and Hunter is now 2 turns away from not being able to close this out. He's had a good run. Jesse has 2. Let's see what happens now. We've got a Force Negation in hand, and it looks like a Murktide Regent, so we are ready to counterspell something. Hunter's just going to draw a pass, so I don't know what to say about this. Another 5 coming across. Hunter goes to 4, and he's got to come up with something this turn, and that is a Thoughtseize, and getting his hand right, just double checking everything, and that's game. Thanks for watching, and thanks for watching the 1K. If you've been enjoying our content, please be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below.